Good morning, beautiful. I hope that you are well rested and ready to start your day with your daily insight on life and love for April 14th, 2021. Also timeless. So wherever you're catching it in time, it might be relevant to you. It also might not be. That is a risk. Actually, it's not really a risk. Just do your thing. But anyway, if you have questions about booking a session, my email address is in the description. You can also DM me on any social platform. So do it. Definitely say hello. Let me know where you are in the world. And we're going to kick this off with Rider-Waite. So again, listen with an open heart and an open mind. If this isn't for you, don't force yourself to be in this. Not everything is for everybody at every time. That being said, you're going to get some news that's probably not something that you want to hear. It's a blessing in disguise, though. It's going to be something that hits you in the ego. But I promise you, there's a reason why it has to hit you in this way. And I mean this in a very figurative way. Don't take a beating from anybody. Focus. All right. This is really going to jog your confidence. And it's going to happen so fast, it's going to make your head spin. This is going to be chaotic. I promise you, it is a gift. And it's going to be something that really slows down the pace of this whole entire situation. I feel like what was coming in fast, hot, and heavy is now pumping the brakes. And you want to know what? It's going to feel like all is lost. No, not even a little. This is going to be something where it gives you the grounds to become more stable in yourself. Why is this jogging your confidence? You need to be okay regardless of whatever the outcome is in this situation. This is a karmic balancing time. So right now what you are being faced with is everything that makes you feel unbalanced. Everything. Literally everything that is connected to this situation and the triggers and what stems from its little tentacles. It's bizarre, but it's something that you have to deal with. And it's a road that you have to walk. Yeah, I had to break it up like that too. I know. I wish that it was something that was, all rainbow, unicorns, butterflies, Facebook posts, all that stuff, but it's not. Sometimes this is going to be big jobs work. But the thing is, it can't last forever. I know that you're probably in a place thinking it's always something, it's one after another. You want to know what? That's life, dude. It's going to have ebb and flow. There's a perfect season for everything, and it will always balance itself out. And I don't want you to feel like all is lost in this. This is truly something that you will reflect back on and be so grateful for, because what you've been anticipating on coming in, if it came in right now, do you not have any idea how much this would trip you up? This would be so incredibly perfect that it would get under your skin and it would amplify every single one of those and project it onto situations it doesn't have any place in being. There's a reason. There's a season for this. So, let me see. What is going on? All right. What's going on here? What is the exact reason? What is the exact thing that triggered this in you? Being dependent on the magician, huh? Somebody who you saw as either having it all or a situation as having it all. God, this has been gnawing at you for some time now, hasn't it? Whether it's an idealistic situation or some sort of person in your life, it doesn't have to be romantic. You idolize somebody. And it started to reflect poorly on yourself. How can you be a king or queen if you don't feel like you genuinely are? What is this, fake until you make it, imposter syndrome? No, we're cutting that crap out. You are going to be that king or queen and that protagonist in your life, whether you like it or not. I'm sorry, but you have to be the key player. So we're going to break this dependence that you have on the validation or the mirroring of another person. You got to be this, baby. That mirror was a false funhouse mirror if you are where this is saying you are in life. And it feels just like a joke in that stance. This is hitting you massively in the depressive stage. So I'm not diagnosing anybody. I got to give that disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm a life coach and I do spiritual work. I do healing work. So here we are. So look, this, I know that you've been denying yourself this experience for quite some time. It could be days, weeks, months. You've been letting it sit in the backdrop, and now it's coming full throttle. This has got to change. Look, you're focusing on the 3 of Cups that's spilt in front of you. Look, you have the 2 of Cups right behind you. This has to get knocked over so you can turn around and see this. I know this isn't what you want to hear, but it's absolutely necessary that you hear it. I think it's spiritual tough love. And you want to know what? Wish it wasn't that tough. I'm not a big fan of the toughiness of this. Okay. It just gets better, baby. You got to be really clear about what you want. This is setting a new foundation. Now that you've cleared the platform, you got to be very clear about what foundation you're setting, what materials are you using. What is this made out of? Is this made out of balls and insecurity? I don't mean it in a crass way. Get your head out of the gutter. I mean it in a real figurative and just emotional way. You can't build on something that isn't stable. You got to rest. This didn't take a day to get here. All your insecurities coming up, everything mounting up. Yeah. It's time for recovery. Things are slowing down, kind of almost in a hibernation kind of mode type deal. But it's got to stop. The idea for you of slowing down, it's making you so emotional. You're seeing it as a loss. This is something that's ripping your heart apart. What good news can I give you about this? Seems like it's cutting away all of the baggage. But also, it's getting you to be more assertive, and being very clear about what you want and being assertive actually really should go hand in hand. It feels like you're in a fragile state, but this is just everything breaking down. What's coming up from this is going to be something that's really cutthroat. Like, you are not pulling any punches on this. Oh, we got the world. We got the world. This is fiery. It's emotional. Ugh, thank you, Aries energy. I mean, you snarky beast. I know. All right, so let's check out the mini reads. I'm definitely feeling the butterflies. Why did that sound so stupid? Really feeling the butterflies. You know, let's go back to 1999 and get those butterfly hair clips and just kind of put them in. You know, have them in a nice little row. All the colors matching up. If you had the ones that were that it was almost like stained glass look, you know how it waved in colors, you were cool. But here's a spoiler alert, I was never cool. I think that part of you is initiating this, absolutely, because the change that I made, you couldn't keep up with these shenanigans. This change is that you are in part with this. It's really honoring yourself and where you are at mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And I see that this is going to be something that maybe you don't have to completely end, but you do at least have to step back from. And this is, again, why we are pumping the brakes. And in that space, I will see that, I see the growth. I see the change. I see that you are looking at it like it's under a magnifying glass. And the realizations and epiphanies is discovering how this was not going to be a substantial path to walk on, and how getting back and unplugging from the situation is getting you to see the individuals or the situation as authentic as they are. I'm seeing the misguide of not oppression, but pressure on making something seem so perfect. And I am seeing that letting go of the reins and stepping back is allowing for an imperfect, perfect situation to come in. This is talking about flaws that can be worked with, and that there is always a point of improvement. Not that it's inferior where it's at, but this is something that can evolve and that can grow gracefully and better through time. It can change with you, not despite you. So here we are. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Any more of these that I'm feeling in this? Some of you in the mini reads, go check them out. Some of you will be getting your freak on, and congratulations. Let's see, not feeling this right now, not feeling this. What about from over here? Now, while I'm sorting this out, go get your coffee or something. Really feeling this one right now. Yep. Think of a loved one who's crossed over. If you can't think of anybody, it's fine. It's dandy. It's going to be from your main guide. Just, again, listen with an open heart and an open mind. I don't know what it is about these cards tonight, but I have thrown these accidentally at least now 6 times. Not sure what's going on. I have butterfingers. What are you doing? Okay. There is a balance between activity and rest, ebb and flow. You can't have one without the other. You really can't. You need the polarities. If you are faced with an obstacle right now, the best course is to surrender and non-resistance. Soon enough, you'll see how easy it is to flow around it. Now is one of those times where you must trust the river of your life. Go with the flow, and in no time, you'll reach what you have your heart and hopes set on. Just remember, Spirit will keep your head above water and will direct your currents. When it's time for greater effort, you'll know exactly when you'll need to master the flow cycles of your life. Wait, hold up. Did I misread that? Why are you doing this to me? This is your fault. I'm blaming you. There's no way around it. You have no leg to stand on with this. Sit there in your wrongness. Hear the dog? They're mad at you too. Okay. When it's time for greater effort, you'll know exactly when you'll need to work to get those manifesting muscles. There we go. There we go. There we go. It can be challenging to master the flow cycles of your life, but as you develop your skills, affluence will be yours. Enjoy the flow and trust those currents. We are right there with you with our little umbrella drinks, smiling at your success. Why does it have to be like that? Why is it so cheesy? I love it. Spirit is super snarky. They don't give a what about what our mind is set on. They're like, that's great. That's fine. It's dandy. You want to know what? No. You want to? I'm going to pick you up. You're going to sit here for a hot minute while I sort this mess that you did out, and then I'll put you back in. And doesn't that feel better? Doesn't that feel cleaner? Don't you feel better about yourself? See, look, now you can go play. Go do this. And you're just like, shut up, Spirit. If you allow your awareness to settle in, you'll hear us whispering sweetness and encouragement to you. You will know the truth of things that cannot be discerned through the material world. The receiver for this kind of essential knowing is your intuition, which is not your 6th sense, but your first and primary navigational system of your soul. You are entering in the age of consciousness. It's time to accept that the paranormal is normal. Human beings are multisensory, multi-dimensional beings. Spirit is infused in all things, and your soul's job is to discover those essential truths here on earth, where we all agree to play. Today, trust your spidey senses. Read between the lines. Tune into the stories behind the stories. I'm trying not to yawn. And the world will show you miracles. Fear not. We are right here, and Spirit loves you. This is the struggle that I have with everything on this planet. And it's not even just about me, it's about everything. This is truly a school of lessons. And there is a certain level of unknowingness and discovery that needs to occur. And the thing is, so many of us want the answers in that moment and have absolutely no sense of surprise, no sense of life, no sense of curiosity. If you had all of the answers to everything on the planet, you wouldn't need to be here. My job is to be a conduit of intuition, of energy, of healing, and to give you what you would find in the appendix of your book. So this being said, don't freak out that you don't have all of the answers. You're human. You're here to experience, discover, and find all this out with the help of your intuition, with help by people like me. And this is going to be something that until your last breath is going to be a learning lesson of school. So get comfortable in the unknowing. Get comfortable in surprises, shock, and just absolute wonderment that is this life. This has been your TED Talks. I know. Anyway, okay. Now we're going to talk about miracles. Miracles never run out. Look back over your life and you will see so many moments of synchronicity when all the right people, the right places, the right opportunities, and the right time just showed up without any of your help. Think back to how you felt just before the miracle happened. You felt you were giving up, but it was more like a gentle surrender to whatever was about to happen. We want you to know that miracles are being concocted for you and you will never, ever run out of them. You just don't get to choose how they come, who will deliver them, and when they'll show up, and what they'll do for you. All of that is in our department. Spirit knows what is best for you and wants that to be expressed through you. You are incredible and amazing and a magnet for miracles. That would be a good mantra for you today. Relax, we're on it. If you only knew how much you were loved inside. Love, Spirit. All right, you. So, the advice, surrender. The miracle's going to happen. Be very clear about what you want and surrender to the outcome. You got to be clear. You got to be direct. You got to be open, honest, unfiltered. That doesn't take away from the tactfulness. Do not be a tactless a-hole. So help me God. Just be very clear and actually very selfish about what you're doing. It's not as a way of disservice to other people. To be selfish is to know yourself and to honor yourself and honor where you are and where you want to be and how to get there. That's when Spirit's going to step in. The surrender is completely necessary. Oh, Spirit is going to fight to keep your head above water while your ships are coming in. It wants you to be unbothered despite the rocky waters that are around you. It's meant to shake you up. And this is a course that is not changing for you despite what it looks like. It's telling you to look at how you have held yourself back and to understand that you can take this cloth off your eyes at any time and see that nothing is holding you back. There is a castle behind you, there's a mountain behind you, and you have the choice. Are you going to turn around and walk towards it? Are you going to do one step at a time? Right now you're in the plains and it feels barren, but it is the furthest from the truth. It is the Justice card, the karmic balance, Libra card. This could be a Libra situation, Libra time frame, Libra type person, Sun, Moon, Rise, Venus, Mars. It's all connected. This is what we're looking at. Put out the intentions and surrender. Surrender to the will of Spirit, the faith in Spirit, and all that comes with it, which, you know, is probably you, myself, anyone else watching this, kicking, screaming, crying, flipping out. Yeah, it's a thing. Okay. If you follow all this guidance, what is the likely outcome? Besides me being a terrible shuffler. You're not holding back anymore. It's going to be fast. Lots of masculine energy in this. So that's interesting. So this is talking about momentum, action, authority, perseverance. Not playing so nice. One of my favorite things is sometimes the more spiritual thing to do is not to be love and light. It's knowing when to tell a person to F off. Go F yourself. Get the F out of Dodge. Yeah, kind of. It's a nice balance. You have to accept your darkness that goes along with the light. If you think that you are nothing but light, oh my God, you are the scariest, most delusional person on the planet. Everything has darkness and light in it. The more that you embrace what your darkness is and learn how to control that, the more that you can shine in whatever light is genuine and true to you. Don't you dare tell me that you are all light. So help me God, I will kick you in the shins and run. Okay, Something will be coming back together. There will be a reoccurrence of a situation in your life where I think that it'll be better in collaboration. And it seems like it's going to be something that builds up. And it also feels like you are finally the magician who is mastering their tools and watching them grow. And you want to know what? The monkey's off your back. Absolutely. Look, there's nothing controlling you. You have freedom of choice. You have the freedom to be in this place, and you are watching yourself grow in strength and ability with this. It's going to be amazing. I'm telling you, without struggle, there is no reward. You need the polarities. If you are in a stressful time or something that doesn't look like it's serving you well, understand that it has to come to an end, and there's a reason for it, and there's something more after it, and it's going to always be in your favor. Spirit is always working for you. So you know that this doesn't end at midnight. This is not a 24-hour read. It's a projection of your future based off of current circumstances. So that being said, I really want you to go rock this. I want you to go make this happen. Make this your life. You are worthy of so much, and I love you so much. I hope that you have an amazing day. And if you have any questions about booking a session, email address. I look forward to speaking with you. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, and just know how greatly you are loved and appreciated. Numbing yourself out so you don't have to feel something is not going to be the way to go about this, and you know that. Any sort of relapse, any sort of distraction, cancel it out right now. Knock it off. I know, trust me. I understand how easy it is to go into old comforts, but it's not going to give you any sort of calm, peace, or anything. It's not going to give you the distraction that you're looking for. Listen, I know that you feel like you're starting off at square one. You're not. You are so not. You are not starting over. You are on a higher mental state, even space to look down and see this for what it actually is. I really see that your spidey senses are tingling in this situation. And instead of being so closed off and wanting to self either medicate or just tune everything out, why don't you reconnect to source and to spirit and to your intuition on this? Understand, while this looks like a kind of bleak situation or unfavorable by any means, there's a greater reason behind it, and not all is lost, and it isn't as bad as your mind is having you think. I really hope that made sense. Get out of your head with this. Stay safe, have fun. Hey, how's it going? Listen, there's a person in your life, either that or they're coming in, who's going to be very protective of your heart, and protective and compassionate. It's going to give you that security that you're looking for. Now, the femme fatale of this is talking about you. Well, actually, with the athlete right here, it's talking about you really, really pulling some strength and some strings to show that sense of vulnerability with somebody who's actually going to be invested in this connection. It does have a sense of mature energy, but there's this crazy sense of desirability with this. So you, if you're watching this, you might be having some playtime soon, so you want to know, good on you. If not, well, this might be just a good connection. But anyway, let me know how it turns out. So you want this. You want what's at the end of this, but you're resisting getting there. How is that even a thing? Oy. What you are potentially getting closure on in your life, it's not what you want. The situation, the strife that comes with it, that's not part of your new beginning. Not even a little bit, not even close. This is saying that if you feel like something isn't meant for you, it's probably not meant for you right now. If something isn't working out for you, it's probably not working out right now for a very specific reason. There needs to be work in between the spaces right now. And what I'm seeing is, instead of thinking of the end result and just being there and focusing on that, focus on the journey that it takes to get there. If you don't do that, it's going to take away from everything. You want this situation to come together, you got to do the work, and I see that you'll do that. You have to do this. You have to do this for you. You have to honor the way that you feel. You have to honor your truth. It doesn't mean that it's a joy to walk away from a situation in your life or step back. I get it. It's going to be a process. If this is coming to a complete close, yeah, you're going to be mourning this process. If this is something that you have to step back from, then you have to learn to be okay with however this turns out. This is surrender, baby. It's ultimate surrender. And it's to, I guess, reflect. It's to see how this was stifling and how it has come to a close and how you're probably just dragging this out. But there's going to come clarity, and you're going to see why either you needed this space to reflect, heal, and grow, or why this had to come to an end. It's going to come into a new part that's going to be a lot more fulfilling for you and get either closure or it feels like you'll get the connection that you've been waiting on. I hope that made sense. Take 5, I'm throwing things. So this is going to be a message from a main guide or from a loved one who's crossed over. Just listen with an open heart and an open mind, and maybe I'll get myself together in this. Miracles never run out. Look back over your life and you'll see so many moments of synchronicity when all the right people, the right places, the right opportunities, and the right time to show up without any of your help. Think back to how you felt just before the miracle happened. You felt you were giving up, but it was more like a gentle surrender to whatever was about to happen. We want you to know that miracles are being concocted for you and you'll never ever run out of them. You just don't get to choose how they come, who will deliver them, when they'll show up, and what they'll do for you. All of that is in our department. Spirit knows what is best for you and wants that to be expressed through you. You are incredible and amazing and a magnet for miracles. Listen to those dogs. It would be a good mantra for you today. We're on it. Relax. Spirit loves you. Think of a loved one who's crossed over. If you can't think of anybody, it's a main guide. Just listen with an open heart and an open mind. You ready? There is a balance between activity and rest and ebb and flow, and you can't have one without the other. If you are faced with an obstacle right now, the best course is to surrender and non-resistance. Soon enough, you'll see how easy it is to flow around it. Now is one of those times where you must trust the river of your life. Go with the flow, and in no time, you'll reach what you have your heart and hope set on. Just remember, Spirit will keep your head above water and will direct the currents. When it is time for greater effort, you will know exactly when you'll need to work to manifest those manifesting muscles. It can be challenging to master the flow and cycles of your life, but if you develop your skills, affluence will be yours. Enjoy the flow and trust those currents. We are right here with you on our with our little umbrella drinks, smiling at your success. I seriously can't love this enough. It is almost snarky, but it's kind of how it goes, eh? Stay safe, have fun. You know the deal. Think of a loved one who's crossed over. If you can't think of anybody, it's fine. It's going to be from your main guide. Just listen with an open heart and an open mind. If you allow your awareness to settle in, you'll hear us whispering sweetness and encouragement to you. You will know the truth of things that cannot be discerned through the material world. The receiver of this kind of essential knowing is your intuition, which is not your sixth sense, but your first and primary navigational system of your soul. You are entering the age of consciousness. It's time to accept that the paranormal is normal. Human beings are multisensory, multidimensional beings. Spirit infuses all things, and your soul's job is to discover those essential truths here on earth, where we all agree to play. Today, trust your spidey senses, read between the lines, tune into the stories behind the stories, and your world will show you miracles. Fear not, for we are right here and Spirit loves you. I really hope that made sense.